For those of you looking for anime that is a bit more mature, such as for seinen anime, here's our list of the best adult anime of all time. One of the worst stereotypes about anime is that it's just for children, but the shows below prove that to be completely wrong. What makes an anime mature adult? It isn't just the graphic violence, but the themes and ideals that are presented in the show that would likely go over the head of a younger viewer. In fact, many are great stoner anime filled with jokes and funny anime characters that children just won't understand. Welcome to Anime List, and here's the list of top 10 best adult anime ever. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button for more videos daily. Number 10. Elfen Lied. A classic horror anime, Elfen Lied has enough cruelty and bloodshed to appeal to all horror movie lovers. Elfen Lied features human-like mutants with horns referred to as Diclonius who have strong telekinetic powers among many other abilities. They are all locked up and isolated from society inside a research center run by the government. Their strongest member escapes from the facility, killing all the guards in the process. She gets shot in her head and winds up on a beach with a couple of teenage cousins. The boys take the naked and crazy girl home, oblivious of her true identity and not realizing the kind of impact their actions will have on their lives. Although Elfen Lied perfectly delivers on the horror front, it manages to keep things light by tackling multiple themes. Number 9. Parasite the Maxim. What's a good horror anime list without some body horror and aliens? Fortunately, Parasite comfortably takes a 9th spot on this list, bringing with it alien invasion, pseudo-cannibalism, and body horror. Main character Shinichi lives in a quiet Tokyo neighborhood that suddenly turns horror-fest when worm-like aliens invade Earth, settling in the brains of human hosts and transforming them into flesh-eating monsters. When it's Shinichi's turn to be taken over by a parasite, it fails, instead eating his right hand and making any future attempts at masturbation pretty damn awkward. As he learns to live with the alien in his hand, Shinichi also learns to fight the other aliens who mercilessly devour humans every day. Even though this series is a remake of a pretty old manga, everything about it works. The visuals look great and mature while the music is something a little different than usual. As much as it has plenty of blood and cannibalism, it asks a lot of questions about morality. Number 8. Fullmetal Alchemist. It follows the Elric brothers in their quest to find a way to change their bodies back to normal, after performing a failed alchemical transmutation to bring their mother back from the dead. The story continues as the two boys do everything they can to discover the Philosopher's Stone, and discover some dark and horrible truths about the country they live in as well as the very nature of alchemy itself. While this is an action anime, there's no doubt it's also one of the saddest shows of all time. The Elric siblings live with one goal in life: to fix what the grave mistake they committed as children when they forgot about the ultimate rule of alchemy. You must sacrifice something of equal value in order to get what you want. Love for family, friends, humanity, and even true romance make an appearance in this show. Number 7. Code Geass. In the year 2010, the Holy Empire of Britannia is establishing itself as a dominant military nation, starting with the conquest of Japan. Renamed to Area 11 after its swift defeat, Japan has seen significant resistance against these tyrants in an attempt to regain independence. Lelouch Lamperouge, exiled Prince of Britannia, unfortunately finds himself caught in a crossfire between the two nations' armed forces. He is able to escape, however, thanks to the timely appearance of a mysterious girl named Cece, who bestows upon him Geass, the power of kings. Realizing the vast potential of his newfound power of absolute obedience, Lelouch embarks upon a perilous journey as a masked vigilante known as Zero, leading a merciless onslaught against Britannia in order to get revenge once and for all. Number 6. Hellsing. Originally aired in the early 2000s, this anime quickly gained popularity amongst anime fans community. One of the main reasons is, of course, thanks to its mystique personality main character, none other than Alucard himself. Despite being a vampire himself, Alucard serves under Integra Fairbrook Wingate's Helsing to slay other creatures, sometimes even vampires too. With his signature pistol Jackal Alucard, Helsing organization started as an underground organization British task force led by a chain-smoking leader Sir Integra Fairbrook Wingate's Helsing. It was formed to eradicate and eliminate unexplainable supernatural threats. How does Helsing organization do it? By fighting fire with fire, using their trump card Alucard, who is an ancient, powerful vampire himself. The Helsing organization will stop at nothing to bring the world back to peace by killing one monster at a time. Number 5. Samurai Champloo. At the heart of this show is Fu, a somewhat airheaded but plucky waitress who wants to find a samurai who smells like sunflowers. When a violent fight breaks out in her workplace and the participants were about to be executed, she saves two of them. Mugen, a bad-tempered warrior with a breakdance-like fighting style, and Jin, a straight-laced but strong samurai in his own right. Together, they set out to help Fu complete her quest and have sunny adventures along the way. As many have pointed out, this show has awesome music. You'll bob your head in time with the Jabe songs, and the soundtrack hits all the right notes with scenes like Mugen's flashbacks. Although the combination of Edo period and modern elements may seem odd, but in true Watanabe Shinichiro fashion, they blend together as well as Samurai Champloo's main trio. Number 4. Attack on Titan. While this show is not by any means a horror anime that thrives in the original elements of horror, it does demonstrate a new kind of fear that bases itself, from gore and monstrosities capable of shutting down all hope and conveying on a feeling of despair. Although action is the strongest point of this name, horror synchronizes very well with that factor, rendering the show heart-jumping and shockingly good at its prime moments. In an era where humans have been forced to live in makeshift giant walled cities and gigantic flesh-eating monsters, cold titans roam free on most of the lands. There's nothing left for humans to do but to live their lives in a peace that will probably never become permanent. One day a colossal titan suddenly shows up and destroys the outermost walls, causing the lesser titans to lay waste upon the outer city. Fortunately, there are two more inner walls intact, which gives humanity ample time to prepare and finally strike back at the titans with all their might. Eren Yeager is one of the soldiers, and with his full resolve on destroying the titans, he'll stop at nothing until all of them are exterminated from the face of the planet. Number 3. Cowboy Bebop. The stories are action-packed, funny, deep, and very mysterious. There is literally something for everybody. Spike Spiegel is a bounty hunter in the far future with an easygoing attitude and some deadly skill at martial arts. Together with his partners Jet Black and later Faye Valentine as well, they go from job to job across the galaxy looking for the high-priced fugitives to bag. At the most basic level, it's a space western, but Bebop is not content to be merely that. So there are added dashes of film noir, gothic, horror, creature feature, black comedy, screwball comedy, spy action, crime, romance, tragedy, action, philosophy, science, spirituality, fatalism, optimism, body stories, slapstick humor, parody. Just about every type of tale under the sun appears in some shape or form during Bebop's run. Number 2. Death Note. Death Note tells the story of a high school senior Light Yagami and the events following his discovery of the Death Note. A seemingly simple notebook, the Death Note can be used to kill anyone as long as you know their name and face. Using it to enforce its own brand of justice, Light finds himself playing cat and mouse with the great detective L with deadly results. Who will emerge victorious? Who will be the ultimate arbiter of justice? The answer lies within Death Note. Famed as one of the greatest mystery animes, Death Note is unique and disarming. Just watching this show keeps you in real suspense at every turn. 1. Berserk. Berserk was an anime that aired before the 21st century, before dark fantasy came into cognizance of the anime industry. It was pretty unique for its time period, but is easily classified as dark fantasy in today's standard, and for good reasons too. Known also as the Black Swordsman, Guts is a warrior with a desire for vengeance against his own best friend now turned rogue, Griffith. Guts is no glorified warrior of the century either. He had a terrible past and was raised to be soldier by his foster father. Guts knows only loss and despair till the point that he is being portrayed as the anti-hero archetype. He cuts down the numerous enemies he faces mercilessly, making Berserk one of the notorious gory anime. Everything about this anime is dark, and no doubt it is an aged piece, but is still a very popular anime and manga today. As anime traverses through time, it no longer appeals to the newer generation. Berserk, however, negated that component and continues to be a hot favorite even today with the manga still ongoing, deserving therefore the number 1 spot. What is your favorite anime from the list? Let us know below and don't forget to subscribe.